I secretly put a dumpling into my pocket. My father happened to see it. He immediately told me it was unhygienic. I earnestly explained that it was for my mother. My mother had not eaten dumplings for a long time. My grandparents nearby felt heartbroken. When they heard, they hurried the housekeeper to pack the remaining dumplings. My father decided to drive me to see my mother himself. Following my directions, he saw that familiar haggard face behind the iron bars. He froze instantly. He realized the woman who supposedly died 6 years ago was actually alive. He rushed to the window and shakily asked my mother why she was hiding from him. 6 years ago, my mother had just lost her parents. My useless uncle tried to grab the inheritance. He got her drunk and accidentally left her in my father's room, which led to them becoming involved. Afterwards, my father wanted to take responsibility. My mother said to pretend it never happened, but my father could not stop thinking about her. Searched for a whole month and finally found her at a street stall. He tried to bring her home, but my mother pushed him away, saying she did not need him. My mother was worried because her parents had just died, and my uncle still wanted the inheritance. She did not want to burden the man who loved her. One day my father saw on TV that my mother had died of illness. He was devastated because he had already decided she was his only wife. Every year on the anniversary of her death, he brought flowers to her grave. Grandmother felt awkward when she saw this. She explained to my father's current wife that he was sentimental and asked her not to mind. She even asked when they would have children. My father's current wife joked that she was not a wishing well, and if they wanted children, they should wish to the heavens. Suddenly, I ran out and called the man father. My father thought I had mistaken him for someone else. I pointed to the photo on the tomb and said, "This is my mother." My mother also showed me many photos of my father, so I would never be wrong. At that moment, a group of thugs suddenly rushed out trying to take me. Grandpa immediately told the bodyguards to rescue me. The thugs ran away when they saw this. My father still could not believe he had such a grown daughter, so he left without looking back. My father's current wife, to avoid having children, ordered a paternity test. The results showed I was indeed my father's biological daughter. Grandparents were overjoyed to finally have a biological granddaughter, but remembering my father was engaged made the atmosphere awkward. Unexpectedly, my father's current wife was delighted. She patted my father on the shoulder and said his having a biological daughter was like her having half a daughter. She then told my father that my mother was still alive. Over these years, my mother had suffered inhuman abuse from my uncle. She even rubbed the skin off all 10 fingers to avoid leaving fingerprints on the share transfer agreement. Told my mother that my father refused to recognize me. My mother was heartbroken, but she comforted me and told me not to give up because my father was the only one who could protect us. No sooner had she spoken than my uncle appeared and grabbed me and threatened my mother to sign. When my mother refused, the crazed uncle wanted me to press my fingerprint. Unknown to him, my mother had prepared and had applied a special ointment to my fingers to prevent them from being used. The uncle lost his mind and pulled out a knife intending to cut my fingerprints. My mother screamed that if he dared harm me, she would expose his disgraceful deeds. The uncle ignored her. At this critical moment, the door was kicked open and my father finally arrived.